You're here because you want to become a Bitcoin millionaire. Ooh, okay. Well, Bitcoin faucets are the way you're going to lose a lot of money due to opportunity cost and a couple of other things. Today we're talking about why you shouldn't spend your time and possibly money on Bitcoin faucets. Although if you're spending money, oh my goodness, what is going on there? Welcome to Kubera. We are still missing an intro, but we are plugging away anyways because we got to make that money. We got to make that money. Pay the bills for the Lamborghinis that we don't have yet. Bang, bang, Rolexes. Okay, so Bitcoin faucets are very interesting. They're growing in popularity. I think there is a lot of money in Bitcoin faucets if you are the owner of a Bitcoin faucet. If you own a Bitcoin faucet, you're probably making some good money through advertising because that's how the majority of the large ones do it. So they get a lot of traffic. Usually it's the same people coming over for a couple of days, then they go away. Or, you know, there's some people, it's a smaller portion that come back every single week, but those guys may have ad blocker on because those guys are probably the more technical people, so you're probably not making much money off of those. If it's a very large site, other than advertising, there are other ways to monetize, but anyways, it is profitable to have a large pool of Bitcoin or altcoins, whatever it is. If it's an altcoin, there is less competition. There's a lot of interest in this because it's basically free money, right? It's free money. There's nothing free in this world. I just want you guys to remember that. By the way, all financial advice we give here at Kubera is stuff that you should do your own research about, but you know, it kind of gives you a starting point for your research, I guess. Anyways, I've experimented with Bitcoin faucets and steam it faucets and other stuff in the past, and yeah, I made a couple pennies. Woo! Yeah, that's pretty much what you make, just pennies. Literally pennies, and you pay with your time, which if you're familiar with how the world works, time is one of the most valuable assets you have. It's an extremely priceless commodity where as you grow older you realize, wow, I probably shouldn't be wasting any more time on silly stuff. In order to, like, profit wise, yeah, you're making money with a Bitcoin faucet. If you have multiple Bitcoin faucets, let's say you have 100 Bitcoin faucets, you as the consumer, because we already established that yes, if you're the owner of a Bitcoin faucet of pretty much anything, a casino, a Bitcoin website, if you are the owner, you're making a lot of money. That's where this serious cash is. You have an ICO, whatever it is. We're going to talk about all this stuff as we're coming up, so definitely hit that like button and subscribe to Kubera. But the people down below, there is always a little bit of money, but it's not the best. So if you want to make money, definitely look into starting your own stuff. Create. That's how you get a lot of money, or just speculate, because that's welcome to the crypto world. Anyways, so if you want to become rich, well, forget about that because you won't even be able to pay the bills. If you do the math, let's say you have everything pretty much automated apart from actually using bots and weird black hat methods which could get you banned from certain faucets. So let's say you're doing everything manually for 12 hours every single day. 12 hours. This is all you do. You click, you go to another website, you click, maybe type in something. Oh, here's a password. Da 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 da. It gets so repetitive that after 3 hours, just try that. Try 3 hours of doing that, of doing any repetitive task, uploading pictures, following, whatever it is. If it's a repetitive task, that will pay you less than minimum wage. And you know what we actually do with stuff like that here in Europe and Northern America? We outsource to Southeast Asia and Africa where people are willing to do that. But even with Bitcoin faucets, it just doesn't make sense. Even if you live in the middle of Africa and you have a horrible connection and you only need like a couple $100 to survive every single, or you know what, even like $100 or $200, if you're working 12 hours every single day, I mean, at maximum you will get a couple dollars. At maximum. That is if everything goes smoothly. And most likely, we don't live in a perfect world. You're getting paid pennies here, and it's just not worth it when in comparison to other stuff. There's opportunity costs. So not only are you you're paying with your time, but there's opportunity costs because since you're spending your time here, you can't spend it on something else. And when an opportunity opens up its door for you, it's gone because you can't focus on anything else. This is all you're doing for 12 hours straight. Forget about your family, forget about your normal social life. This is all you're doing for pennies. If you live in America or Europe, I don't see why you should do this at all. Even if the price of Bitcoin skyrockets, which it already has, it's just like it does have a little bit more room to grow, but it doesn't have that much room. Like if you use Bitcoin faucets back in the day and you made like $500 over a couple months, and then Bitcoin suddenly like, ooh, tripled or quadrupled, it's a lot of money, but it's still not that much. You see what I'm saying? Okay, let's put things into perspective here. So you're spending hours every single day. With one post on Bitcoin Talk, some of the more senior members, with one post, they can make more money than you have made in a couple of hours. In one post that can take maybe a minute, maybe a couple minutes at maximum, they can make more money than you have spent in a couple of hours. Now, to get to that point, they have spent countless hours. However, it's The Slight Edge. You have to read that book, by the way. The Slight Edge, fantastic. It's, let's say you spend 5 minutes every single day on a forums, on Steemit, on YouTube, whatever it is, right? It does add up over time, so it's a lot of hours, but you know, 1,000 hours to mastery, to perfection, or 10,000 or whatever it is, right? But it does add up, and eventually there's exponential growth. So with that stuff, great. With these faucets, there is no exponential growth if you're doing it manually, unless you hire other people, if you outsource the work. But even with this stuff, the margins will be so low that it's just, again, opportunity cost. So me, I do not recommend Bitcoin faucets, unless the only situation where I see a Bitcoin faucet working is if it's a new altcoin that just came out and you want a free couple extra coins. But usually there's other ways. There's giveaways, there's stuff like that where you're able to get those free altcoins. I tried out a Steemit faucet. I got like 0.5 Steam, which I have like 6,500 in my account right now, so it's like nothing. But the price of Steam went up by like, it doubled itself. So wow, I got one Steam. It took a couple of days. It wasn't in just one. It was, and that was because it just started. It was a brand new faucet, which later on, I'm gonna bring. I talked about this earlier in the video. Later on, it became a paid faucet where there's people who pay to be able to use the faucet over months and months. So I guess in the end, it is profitable, but it's just, oh gosh. So really, the person behind that faucet was making money from advertising, probably some sponsorships and other stuff. But also he was making his margins even greater by forcing people to pay, and some of those people might have not even profited at all because they just stopped. They forgot about Steemit. They stopped using, their internet connection goes out. There's so many reasons, so the margins just go up. Again, build your own Bitcoin faucet. But even with that, you shouldn't, I actually shouldn't be recommending that because it's a oversaturated niche unless you have something brand new. Again, create. If it's some crazy Bitcoin faucet or if it's a new altcoin faucet, that's amazing. But if you're just trying to copy someone else, you're not going to make money in that. Anyways, so yeah, you're able to go on Bitcoin Talk, spend a couple minutes on there for a year, right? And then you're making a decent amount of money. Now, of course, you're not able to turn that into a full-time income, but it's a nice little part-time income. If you have multiple accounts, I guess you could, but still, there's much better ways. You can go so many routes with internet marketing. You don't have to be an investor. You don't have to be a pumper. Don't go into pump and dumps unless you're the person behind it, or there's something different about that pump and dump, which isn't like chain coin, which we mentioned. Anyways, yeah, Bitcoin faucets, the only way you can make money, I guess, is if you just go full out, but even with that, it's just not gonna work. Eventually, you will get tired and you won't want to continue with it. If you want something repetitive, but that's automated, maybe you should check out mining or online mining. But we have a couple things to discuss about mining as well. There's not a lot of money. There's so many opportunities and different ways to monetize through cryptocurrencies, but there's a lot of people, there's a lot of newbies who get super excited. They're like, oh my gosh, it's free money. There's so much money. It's all over the place. But the people who are at the top, they got there not through Bitcoin faucets or Bitcoin mining, or they created a company, they created an ICO, they created a group, and then they got all the people who believe in these small little things, they got them super excited, and then it's like, oh wow, Lamborghini money. And that's that. Anyways, that's also actually a reason why I created this channel. I'm not gonna lie, I created this channel because this is what I'm good at. So find something you're good at and then try and make your channel or group or company or coin or whatever it is a even slightly bit different than the other people. And I am, because of my hair. Anyways, if you enjoy this, please give me a like, subscribe. I'm begging for likes, I'm begging for money. You can always donate to my Bitcoin address, which is kind of just for trolls' sake, but I mean, maybe homeless for Bitcoin. Maybe if you did that, that could work, because I'm pretty sure no one. Well, actually, never mind. I'm sure there's a couple homeless people out there with just like, give me Bitcoin, give me Steam, woo. Yeah. Good day. Peace.